there's a lot more people now that this quantitative easing could actually benefit. And there is a chance, and I'm not supporting this, don't beat me up in the comments here, but there's a chance that we need some quantitative easing.
I mean, hopefully what happens last time in the real estate market happens this time from a greedy developer's
let's talk about the
perspective.
difference, okay? Before, this is my opinion. I was sharing it with someone today, okay? Last time we actually had, okay, 13% unemployment rate. We had, retail businesses, travel industries, hotels, all sorts of industries were affected. So there was like this huge economic issue. And so when it actually happened, and all of a sudden they started buying more bonds and became, evident that they were going to be creating more debt, people who weren't in trouble, who weren't in one of those industries, were able to go out buy, and everyone got rich, and everyone was buying and selling, and you're buying watches, and now you're buying Bitcoin, and now you're buying Ferraris and all this kind of stuff. So now we've got this huge increase to the money supply. So everyone's buying again, using taking advantage of that, and of course created the inflationary environment. Well, I can tell you right now, going into the pandemic 2019, 2020 is not the same as we're in right now. Everybody right now is hurting. They have no money. I don't care how cheap interest rates are. They're screwed. Okay. And so there's a lot more people now that this quantitative easing could actually benefit. And there is a chance, and I'm not supporting this, don't beat me up in the comments here, but there's a chance that we need some quantitative easing in order to be able to weather the storm that we're about to go through, and that it actually could be the right decision for the Bank of Canada to start buying bonds again at a rate that we saw back in the pandemic times, right? So I do believe that we're worse off now than we were in the pandemic, and that it's going to get much worse for Canadians over the next 2 years based on all the mistakes we made over the last little while.
Well, it's certainly paving the way for the universal basic income, because if every single time something happens and every single time everybody gets affected, everybody gets a handout, you may as well just keep the handouts coming, because there's going to be crisis after crisis if it works, right? And it's certainly, I mean, if that's the first, why didn't we just spend the last 2 weeks doing what they said at the border and then say, okay, like we did what we were supposed to do. Now, what are you going to do? Right? And give them what they're looking for and then make them look like idiots. But it seems like our government really kind of wants this reason to print more money, because this is what they like doing. This is the answer to everything, is print.
It's the only option that they've got.
Well,
I mean, blunt tool that they have, which is to lower interest rates and to start quantitative easing again in order to be able to keep businesses afloat. Otherwise, they can't create other trade agreements because they're not smart enough. They can't export any of our resources because they haven't set up those pipelines. So as an immediate effect, immediate tool, what do they have? This is the only one that they've got.
Right, as an immediate tool. And that's the thing, is that they really, and we're going to get to the group waiting right after this, but I don't know. It's so crazy.
Are you looking for the best merch store on the planet? Well, we got the shit for you. Coming in at low prices where we barely make any money off of whatsoever, you can get the greatest real estate merchandise on this platform. Just look at this very flamboyant man putting on this great stuff. He looks great, he's dancing great, and boy does he look sexy in that merchandise. I tell you, buy this for anybody, you buy this for yourself. You will be not only repping the greatest Canadian real estate podcast in this world, but you will also be looking hella good doing it.